What if I told you that there's something you might be doing right now that is upsetting Allah without you even realizing it? Think about it. What if the very things you consider harmless, the habits you've grown so accustomed to, or even the blessings you take for granted, are creating a distance between you and your Creator? Most people don't even notice it until it's too late. Imagine standing on the day of judgment and realizing that you've been blind to the little actions, thoughts, or even inactions that led to your downfall. Today, we're going to uncover those hidden aspects of our lives, those tiny but powerful moments that might be silently shaping our relationship with Allah in ways we never expected. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to watch out for, and it might just change the way you live your life. Life is full of distractions, isn't it? The constant notifications, the endless scrolling, the need to keep up with trends. It's all designed to keep us occupied. But have you ever stopped to think about how much time you're giving to these distractions and how little you're dedicating to your faith? Here's the scary part. The things we invest our time in reflect what's truly important to us. When was the last time you prayed with full focus, with no rushing, no thinking about what's next on your to-do list? We're all guilty of this, aren't we? We let our worldly commitments take priority, thinking, I'll do better tomorrow. But what if tomorrow doesn't come? Now let's talk about blessings. We often think that when life is good, when we have money, health, and success, it's a sign that we're on the right path. But here's where many of us go wrong. Blessings are not always a reward. Sometimes they're a test. Let that sink in for a moment. How often do we say thank you to Allah when things are going well? And even when we do, is it with the same intensity as when we're asking Him for something? It's so easy to become complacent, to think that our good fortune will last forever. But blessings can vanish in the blink of an eye, and when they do, it's often a wake-up call we weren't ready for. Hardships, on the other hand, are where most of us struggle. When life gets tough, our faith is tested in ways we never imagined. Some of us question, why me? Others turn to social media, venting their frustrations and seeking validation. But let's be honest, how often do we turn to Allah first? It's ironic, isn't it? The one who has the power to help us is often the last one we call upon. And here's the thing, hardships are meant to bring us closer to Allah, to remind us of our dependence on Him. Yet, many of us let these moments drive a wedge between us and our Creator. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who had everything, a great job, a loving family, a comfortable life. He was the kind of person people envied. But deep down, he had grown distant from his faith. He told himself he was too busy to pray, that he'd make time for Allah when things settled down. But life has a way of humbling us, doesn't it? One day, he lost his job, his savings dwindled, and his health started to deteriorate. Suddenly, the life he had taken for granted was falling apart. It was only then that he realized how far he had drifted from Allah. And you know what hurt the most? The realization that he had been upsetting Allah all along by prioritizing everything else over Him. So what about you? Are you in a similar situation without even realizing it? Maybe it's not as dramatic as losing a job or facing a health crisis, but the signs are there. The lack of peace in your heart, the constant need for validation from others, the feeling that something is missing. These are all indicators that your connection with Allah might be weakening. And the scariest part? You might not even notice it until it's too late. Let's address another common issue, how we handle our free time. Most of us claim we don't have enough time for prayer or reflection, yet we somehow find hours to binge-watch shows, scroll through social media, or hang out with friends. Isn't it ironic? The very time we could use to strengthen our relationship with Allah is spent on things that add no real value to our lives. And here's the kicker, we don't even feel guilty about it. It's become so normalized that we don't see it as a problem. But trust me, it is. Now, let's talk about intentions. How often do we do things for the sake of appearance rather than for Allah? Whether it's giving charity, helping someone, or even posting about our faith online, it's so easy to let our intentions get clouded by the desire for likes, praise, or recognition. And here's the truth. Actions done for the wrong reasons don't bring us closer to Allah. In fact, they do the opposite. It's a harsh reality, but one we all need to face. So what can you do to avoid upsetting Allah? First, take a moment to reflect on your priorities. Ask yourself, what am I putting before Allah? Is it my work, my relationships, my hobbies? Once you identify the distractions, start making small but consistent changes. Set aside time for prayer, even if it's just a few minutes at first. Replace some of your screen time with moments of reflection or gratitude. And most importantly, check your intentions. Before you do anything, ask yourself, am I doing this for Allah or for myself? Finally, let's answer the question I posed at the beginning of this video. What are the things you might be doing that are upsetting Allah without realizing it? It's the neglect of your faith, the complacency during times of ease, the doubts during hardships, the misuse of your time, and the lack of sincere intentions. These are the silent destroyers of your relationship with Allah. But here's the good news. It's never too late to turn things around. As we wrap up, remember this: life is short and every moment counts. Don't wait for a crisis to wake you up. Start making changes today, no matter how small they seem. And if this video resonated with you, share it with others who might need to hear this message. Together, we can remind each other of what truly matters. Let's not regret the time we spent upsetting Allah without even realizing it. Instead, let's strive to live in a way that pleases Him every single day. If this message has touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who might need a wake-up call. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more content that brings us closer to Allah. Together, we can inspire change one step at a time.